welcome to my channel. I'm your host Mohsen Ali and you are watching Global Scoop News. Before we dive into today's topic, I want to take a moment to thank all of our subscribers for your incredible support. If you have not subscribed yet, please do. So now, to stay informed on all the important global developments we cover here on the channel. Your engagements help us bring you the latest and most comprehensive news analysis. Today, we are going to explore a significant and somewhat unexpected move by Vice President Kamala Harris. Just as the political landscape heats up, Harris has chosen to bring Minnesota Governor Tim Walz along for her first major interview as the Democratic presidential nominee. This decision has sparked both interest and criticism, raising questions about the strategy behind it. Why is Harris sharing the spotlight with her running mate at this crucial moment? What does the reveal about her campaign's approach and how might it influence her standing in the race? We will break it all down for you, examining the potential impacts and the broader implications of this joint appearance. Recently, Kamala Harris has been in the spotlight, especially after being officially announced as the Democratic presidential nominee. As expected, her first major interview is a significant event, one that the public and the media have been eagerly awaiting. Harris herself hinted at this interview 3 weeks ago while addressing reporters on an airport tarmac in Detroit, stating her intentions to schedule an interview before the end of the month. This Thursday night, Harris will indeed keep her promise. She is set to sit down with CNN's Dana Bash for what is expected to be an in-depth and revealing conversation. However, Harris has made a strategic decision that has caught many by surprise. She is not going solo. Instead, she will be joined by her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, in the prime time appearance airing at 9 p.m. EDT. Why is Kamala Harris bringing Tim Walz along? It's a question mark. The decisions has sparked widespread discussions. Traditionally, presidential candidates use these major interviews to showcase their own individual strengths, allowing voters to see how they handle tough questions under pressure. It's a test of their guidelines to take on the highest office in the land. By choosing to share the stage with the Tim Walz, Harris is challenging this norm and it raises several important questions. One perspective is that this move is a calculated strategy designed to present a united form. Harris and Walz want to show that they are in perfect sync, that their visions align and that they are prepared to tackle the challenges ahead as a cohesive team. This approach could reassure voters that they are not just electing a president but a strong collaborating leadership duo. One of the other hand, critics argue that these decisions may indicate a lack of confidence on Harris' part. They suggest that by bringing Walz along, Harris might be attempting to share the burden of tough questions, possibly defecting some of the scrutiny that would otherwise be solely on her. This could be seen as a sign that she is not fully confident in her ability to handle the rigors of for the interview on her own. Talking about historical perspectives, joint interview in politics. It's worth nothing. It's worth nothing that joint interviews are not entirely unprecedented in American politics. In 2008, Barack Obama and Joe Biden sat down together for an interview with 60 minutes after Biden was selected as the vice presidential nominee. 8 years later, Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine did the same. Even Harris and Biden opted for a joint interview on ABC 2020 during their 2020 campaigns. More recently, after Donald Trump announced J.D. Vance and his running mate, the two appeared together on Fox for a joint interview. However, However, there is a significant difference this time around since Joe Biden passed the torch to Kamala Harris. She has largely kept her interactions with the press confined to carefully controlled setting. Her last formal sit-down interview was over 2 months ago on June 24, a political eternity in the fast-paced world of election campaigns. Criticism and expectations, this controlled approach has not gone unnoticed, particularly by her Republican opponents. They have seized they have seized on her relative absence from unscripted media interactions and evidence that she is avoiding the scrutiny that comes with a more open and transparent campaign. Former President Donald Trump, for instance, have been particularly vocal in his criticism, suggesting that Harris is not confident enough to handle a press conference or even friendly interviews. On the other hand, Harris supporters argue that her cautious approach is justified given the unprecedented nature of her candidacy. They believe that she is pacing herself wisely, ensuring that each step she takes is calculated and deliberate, according to Porter Gingazzo, a Chicago-based Democratic strategist. Harris' campaigns has followed a logical and effective sequence, securing the nominations, selecting a running mate, laying out an economic plan, and now moving into a more public-facing engagements like this upcoming interview. What's at stake in the interview? The stakes for the interview. The stakes for this interview are incredibly high. Harris needs to demonstrate that she can handle the pressure, that she is all ready to take one the challenge on the presidency, and that she can do also, and a confidence that has marked some of her more successful public appearances. Her performance in this joint interview could either reinforce her momentum or give credence to her critics' claims. The facial of him was in the interview could serve multiple purposes. It may help Harris navigate particularly tricky questions by allowing her to share the Lord with was, especially on policy matters where his expertise might come into play. Moreover, it ensures that both candidates are aligned in their messagings, presenting a unified Fund on key issues, particularly their economic plans aimed at lowering the cost of living and providing economic security. As we look ahead to this much anticipated interview, one thing is very clear. The outcome will likely have a significant impact on Harris campaigns. If she can successfully navigate the high pressure environment, demonstrate her readiness for the presidency, and show that her partnership with Walz is strong and effective. It could silence many of her critics. However, if the interview falls short, it could fuel further doubts about her candidacy. In any case, this interview marks pivotal movements in Harris campaigns on that will be closely watched by supporters, opponents, and undecided voters alike. And that brings us to the end of today's in-depth discussions. Vice President Kamala Harris' decisions to bring Minnesota Governor Tim Walz to her first major interview as the Democratic presidential nominee has certainly sparked as a range of reactions. Whether it's seen as a strategic move to share the burden of scrutiny or a sign of caution, it's very clear that this election season is full of surprises. We will continue to monitor how these decisions plays out in the coming weeks and what it means for the Harris campaigns moving forward. If you found this analysis insightful, so make sure to hit the like buttons and share your thoughts in the comment below. I had loved to hear your opinions on whether this was a smart move by Harris or if it raises more questions about her campaign's strategy. Don't forget to subscribe to Global Scope News so you never miss our deep dives into the most critical stories shaping our world. Your support is what keeps us going, bringing you the news that matters most. That's it. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay informed and stay updated. Until the next video, this is Mohsen Ali signing off from Global Scope News. Take care.